Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another DIY embellishment video. Today we are doing a file from Marjorie Designs, and this one is called Canning for Winter. And I only did a few pieces from it. There's a whole set, and it's so cute. But I needed something specific for canning green beans layout that I'm going to do this month. So I thought I would do these, and I made mine with green beans. And the one I'm going to make today, here's all the different parts and pieces. I know it looks like a lot, right? I'm not going to put green beans in them because y'all may not need them for green beans. And of course you get to win the set we put together if you leave a comment on this video. So, let's just get started working on putting these together. Look how cute. And I AI generated all the green beans, and then I had to use, I'm going to use this for Shake It that will come out tomorrow. Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. And I had to use vellum and metallic. So I pulled in metallic paper and I used vellum, and I AI generated some green beans, and I also AI generated this pile of green beans and some little jars with green beans, and then this basket, and popped it up so that I could have a whole little complete thing with green beans everywhere, which was real life. So I'm going to set these to the side so that we can work on our pieces. Okay, so first up, we're going to work on putting this big bear together, and it goes in the pot, so we'll do the pot after that. Hopefully we're good and y'all are in frame. I can't see. Okay, let's put all the pieces out. It's been a few days since I put these together, so hopefully I remember which way they're supposed to go. These bears are pretty simple. Once you do them a few times, it's very easy to just go through and throw them together. So I'm just going to start out by adding my ears. You can't go wrong. The ears are always going to go on first. At least that has been the case. And every single bear I've put together for Marjorie Designs, the ears go first. Pip, shh. He's having a meltdown this morning because I'm not carrying him around. Imagine that. This is the inside of the ears. And then the belly goes on next, because the head always layers on top of the belly and the ears. And then the head. And then the muzzle, and I like to add some foam tape to it. So I can find my wider foam tape. That one's my narrow one. Put this on here. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and chalk my cheeks before I get all the other stuff on. I have a mountain of a mess over here on my table. Been pulling everything out, trying to work on stuff. Just going to chalk up my cheeks. Okay. And then we're going to add on the eyes. pick it up so I can look at it and make sure it's aligned right. Okay. Close enough. And then we're going to put the nose on, which is this piece. It's coming together, ain't it cute? Okay. And then we're going to put the arms on. And arms go behind. I like to make sure I have it skinnier up top and more out at the bottom so that it actually looks like an arm. And I just hold it on there for a second. Same thing with this one. Okay, there's the arms on. And then the hands won't go on until we put the pot together. So, for the bow, this little piece right here goes in the center of it. And I didn't ink it just because, excuse me, I think I'm trying to come down sick. Ugh. I wanted to put bling on the center of this. So, that's what I did. And it pretty much covers it up. Technically, you don't even have to put the center piece on there if you're going to cover it up. And then I'm just going to put some foam on here. Okay. And I will put that on right here. So that's that one, all except for the pin work done. And we have to put the pot in so we can put the hands on. So I'm going to set this one aside since we got it done. And then let's work on the pots and the jars, which is all of these pieces. Okay, let's do the jars first. They're the easiest. So I cut mine out of vellum so that they would be see-through and I could put the green beans in it. But for y'all's, I'm not going to do that because it does look a little messy and y'all might not want it to be vellum. So I just did it in white. So you have 4 pieces for the jars. You have 2 of them that are have a little bit taller piece, and then these. So these are going to go on the front. And I did barely ink around the edges with some blue. It was a little bit of overkill, but just to give it that glassy look. You could also use glossy accents. You could use some clear embossing powder on it if you wanted to emboss it to give it a shiny look like a jar. And I'll be honest, I hand cut these out. I just traced, so they're a little bit off. Because I already had the vellum pieces cut out from the machine. I lost my scissors. I already had the vellum pieces cut from my machine, so I just traced them on some white cardstock to get them so that I didn't have to recut, because like I said, I did this several days ago. So I'm just going to trim up my mistakes. And you could totally ink around the edges. Okay, then these are going to be your rings on your jars. So it's going to go here. And it's these. Let's see if I can. These go on here. And then your little lines are your rings in your lids. And they go on. And it cuts really, really, really fine. So, if your machine has issues cutting out little bitty tiny stuff like this, mine sometimes does. Sometimes it'll cut it and sometimes it will not. You could always just draw it in. Like I used a metallic marker This one's just silver, and I don't know if you can tell, but like here on my bear, I did all these highlights on the pot just to give it some dimension. And on one of my jars, I messed up on my pieces, so I just drew those on instead of gluing these little bitty lines on. So we will glue these on. Okay, so that's our jars done on that part. So I'm going to set these to the side, and then let's do our strainer here. So this goes on the back of this. I'm making sure all my little holes are poked out. Just going to add some glue on here. Nope, apparently they're not all poked out. So there's that, and then what I did was I popped this up on foam tape. Also, this little line goes across here. So I'm going to put that on. And I wanted to do it all in metallic paper since, you know, number one, I had to use it as a prompt on a layout. But also because, you know, pots and all that stuff's metal and shiny for the most part. Okay. And then I'm going to add some foam tape. And this is, I guess, supposed to be the reflection for it. So it goes right here. Alright. And sometimes little glue marks will show up when you're using metallic paper. And I have glue all over my fingers. But if you just rub it, it comes right off. So easy cleanup on that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to set this one to the side. And let's work on the pot here. So, let's do the handles first. Where's my handles? Oh no, I got put in here. These go in here. Okay. Yep, you're gonna get in trouble. Pip's decided, since I'm ignoring him by filming, that he is gonna jump up on everything in here on all my shelves that he knows he's not allowed to be on. Okay. And then this is going to be our, the pot lid. And, okay, this goes on this. Make sure I'm getting it done in order. Oh, this way. There's that. And then this little pot lid goes on. And then this goes on top of that. There's that part. And then this one, this goes behind here. And then this goes on the front, and I popped this one up on foam tape. I still really couldn't, excuse me, I still couldn't really get the pot to look, I don't know, I feel like correct. I tried this on top of on the front part versus on the back, but it still looked better on the back to me. It looked more natural to look like a whole pot, but just because this is so straight, it just doesn't, I don't know. It looks off to me, but maybe I am doing it wrong. Who knows? But we're going to add this bear in, so it does help a little bit. And you can put the bear behind it or the bear in it. Actually, I'll pull that off to put the bear in the pot. And then I'll add it back on. So you're going to put this here and add some more glue. It is probably better to use some tape on this because it holds better with metallic paper versus wet glue, but it'll be okay because now it's going to stick to the bear. But see, once the bear's in it, I feel like it looks more right because it creates a little bit of depth in between them. But just to do the pot on its own, I don't know. It just feels off to me. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe if someone who's done this before can tell me what I'm doing wrong, that'd be awesome. But overall, I think it looks good. And then we're going to just put our hands on. I always like to put them on foam to give it a little dimension because they would be more 3D than the rest. And a little bit of glue. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to move this down a little bit so that it looks like it's holding on. Okay, so there's that one. It's completely done. Here's your lid, and it just goes over here. I'm just going to put a piece of foam tape here to level it out. And I don't think I'm going to actually attach the lid. That way, if whoever gets this, wins it, wants to set it a different way versus propping it up like I have mine, then you can do that. So I'll just leave that. We still need to do our pin work. So let's set all that aside. So now we just have this one bear left that sits on the jars. Like I said, I always start with the ears. Let's see, this one's the bigger one. You can kind of tell on these ears because one's a little bit bigger than the other. It's a different shape. So you can kind of tell where it goes. And then the inside of the ears. Let's see. Okay, one of the legs has to go on first to go behind. And then the other one's going to be on the outside. So, one leg's going to go on, then the belly. And then the other leg. And I like to add just a little bit of foam at the bottom to give it some dimension. And then I put glue usually up here at the top so that the bottom part's sticking out more than the top. Okay, and then the feet, which are these. Usually the feet are the same, so it don't really matter. And then arms are going to go on. Actually, let's put the face on first, so it looks somewhat put together. Okay, there's that. And then let's just go ahead and put the muzzle on. And the eyes. Oh, I didn't chalk the cheeks. But that's okay. I can still do it. I'm going to chalk the cheeks next. Okay. And then the nose. Okay. So I have a question for y'all, if you're still with me. Is this helpful to you guys, or would y'all prefer me to still see me put them together, but maybe in fast mode, or not show you guys how to do it at, like, put them together at all, just show you guys the finished pieces. Either way, there'll still be a chance to win, but I just want to know. These embellishment videos are probably one of my highest watched videos that I do each week, and I just kind of want to cater to you guys and what you guys want to see, because I don't want to bore you to death. This one has a little dot. The other one probably did too for the mouth, and I lost it somewhere. And then I'm going to put the center of the bow on, which, like I said before, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to cover it up with bling. And I'm going to use my little hearts again. And I'm going to use a smaller one this time, so let's do this one. But I would really like to know if you guys want to see me in fast mode doing this so that you can still see how to put it together, or if you just prefer to see the finished piece. I've done a lot of these now since I'm on the Marjorie and Designs design team, and all of them, with the exception of a few, all of them are mostly the same. They go together the same way. So I don't want to bore y'all and just show y'all the same stuff every single week. Alright, so that one is finished, other than the jars. Get my pens out for my pen work. Okay. This actually goes to a different part, another one of the bears, and I decided not to do that bear because I didn't really need it for my layout that I was going to do. I'm trying to find the paper, and I can show you guys I could probably find a picture and pop it up, but here's what I'm talking about, how I print out all of my things to put in my notebook so I know what I have without having to go and search through all the things I have. And once I usually get 4, I'll print them off so that I can print 4 and put it in my notebook. But this is what the actual set, all of it looks like. And this one has the colander on top of his head. This one sits on the jars. And it did have tomatoes and, like, I guess turnips. But I didn't cut those out because, like I said, I was doing green beans. So you guys are going to get a set, and you can add little vegetables or whatever from stickers or whatever you have if you want to use it that way. It's going to be yours, so it's up to you. There's this little bear that's holding all the jars. There's the title that says Canning for Winter. This one's the one in the pot. So, yeah, a super cute set. The link will be below so that you can go get that over on Marjorie and Designs. They have been on sale. I don't know if they still are. So, I haven't looked. So, this one has them sitting on the jar. And then this one tipped over like this. So, you know, I don't even think I'm going to attach these. I don't want to glue it. That way, if you want to use it in a different configuration, you can. Okay? So, I'm just going to not glue that. So, let's just go ahead and do all of our pin work. This one's just a connecting. And then we draw in eyelashes. And I use my Sharpie S-Gel, the 0.7. I like the 0.1 too. And you need a fine line pen to do the line so that it isn't super thick and looks like spiders. Essentially. That used to be my main problem with drawing in eyelashes and things like that. My pen wasn't fine enough. And I lost the dot for this one, so I'm just going to draw a dot in and that. Okay, so then I'm going to take my white pen and I'm going to do my eyes and all that. I didn't really do a whole lot of line work on mine. I just thought they looked cute without all of it. I mean, I do, y'all know, I love my pen work stuff for everything, so. But, sometimes it's not needed. You can just keep it simple. So, I'm just going to draw the eyes in. And it takes a little bit of practice sometimes. Let's see. Maybe on top of the feet here. Just to highlight it a little bit. And do the hands. Okay. And, oh, I almost forgot the freckles. Oh my gosh, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Alright. So, there's that. And then what I did, like I said, I took this metallic marker just to do a little bit of, I guess, line work for a better word. This one's just a silver pen, and I had to look it up to figure out what type of marker I could actually use, because for some reason a Sharpie kind of rubs off. So I found this when I looked it up, and it says you could use a metallic paint marker, or you could use paint markers in general, and it'll stay on metallic paper. Some of you guys might know more than me with it, but I don't normally write on metallic paper, so like I said, I had to look it up. So, there's that part. Let me do the little lines over here on the lid. It just, I feel like it just gives it some dimension and adds, you know, brings it all together. And with this one, I just did a little bit of line here. I think that's all I'm going to do on that one. Okay, so, voila, it's done. Look how cute. Like I said, it's supposed to be sitting over here on this jar, but you can do it ever how you want to. This pot lid, you can put it wherever you want. And all you have to do is leave a comment and you will be entered to win. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, bye y'all.